This is Wendy with Love and Stampin. I am so excited that you're here with me today. Today we are going to be making hidden gatefold cards, and I have two card designs to show you today. And I'm really excited to show those both to you. Really quick before we get started, let's cover just a couple of things. First and foremost, this is my creative inspiration calendar that I send out every single month. April's has already been sent out, but when you sign up for my email list, you'll automatically be taken to a page that has all my previous calendars on it. So even if you missed getting this right away in your email box, don't fret, because you can always sign up for my email and see all the back issues of the calendar and get the current one. This month's host code through April 27th is this code here. And I am giving away these beautiful Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. Now, the thing that is fun about this is you can't get these anymore. They are sold out. And I happen to have purchased several of them to have on hand for this promotion. So when you place a $40 online order with me before tax and shipping, and you use this host code right here, then you'll receive a packet of these in the mail completely free as my gift to you for ordering. Plus, you'll get a handmade thank you card for me. I am always sending my thank you cards and my gifts out at the end of the month. So if you order, like on April 1st and you don't see anything till the end of April, that's why. I do it all at one time, just saves me a little bit of energy and brain power. We all need more of that, right? So these are completely free, my gift to you, when you place a $40 online order or more using this host code. It's one gift per household, just so you know. Okay. That is that. We'll set those aside, and I have plenty, so don't worry. Don't think that I'm gonna run out. I have plenty. I kind of wanted to hoard them for myself too, if I'm being totally honest with you. We're gonna make some gatefold cards today using some beautiful product from Stampin' Up! That is current and that you can purchase. And I specifically stuck with products that are either in the January through June mini catalog or are carrying over to our new Stampin' Up! Catalog, because as many of you know, the new Stampin' Up! Catalog is going to be launching May 3rd. For those of us who are demonstrators or discount shoppers, we will actually, we already have actually got to pre-order brand new product from the new catalog, and I'm going to show you some of that today. And I'm going to maybe, if we have time, make a third card with you. So let's just see if we have time. I'm not sure we'll have time for a third card, but at the very minimum, I'll definitely be showing you some new products. So let's get started. We're gonna start with this one first. Now, I've seen this card around the interwebs and I've wanted to make it, and it's so straightforward and simple, so I thought we would make it today. And it's a hidden gatefold card. So for those who don't know what a gatefold card is, a gatefold card is just a card that folds together in the middle. And then when you open it, it's like two doors that open up this way. So this one's a hidden gatefold card, and I will have a project sheet available on my blog later today. Unfortunately, I just could not get the blog post put together with the project sheets before we went live today, so it's not there yet, but it will be in the description below this video later today. So don't fret about that. Don't worry about writing down any measurements. I got you. So it just lifts up like this and then opens like this. Isn't that cute? So this is a very obviously baseball focused card, great for the baseball fan or baseball player in your life. So it opens at the top and then opens this way. So we're gonna make this card really quick. And I have another sample of that same card to show you. Now we're gonna use the Your Biggest Fan bundle. This can be found in the January through June mini catalog. This bundle is so great. I originally did not have it on my list to get because I thought, how many baseball fans do I know? But then I've ended up using it for several different things. So this is going to be for birthday cards for some fellas in my life, because I recognize that, they don't have to be major baseball fans in order to love getting something with a baseball theme, right? So anyway, little boys, young men, women in your life who love baseball. I know lots of women who like baseball. So I am not one of those women, but I know that they're out there. So here we go. We're gonna start with a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and it's cut at 8.5 by 11, so it's not even cut, it's a full sheet. And we're going to take it and start by scoring our cardstock at 5.5 inches. And I'm using my Stampin' Up paper trimmer here. I love this paper trimmer because it has a scoring blade on it and a cutting blade. And then we're gonna score at 2 1/8 of an inch. And then flip our cardstock and score again at 2 1/8 of an inch. Now, what we want to do is we want to cut on one end of this cardstock. So we don't want to cut on both ends. We're just going to choose one end. So we need to cut away this rectangle and we need to cut away this rectangle. So with our cardstock still lined up at that 2 1/8 mark, we're going to take the cutting blade and we're going to cut all the way down to the 5.5 mark. We're going to flip our cardstock over, line it up at 2 1/8, and do the same thing on the opposite side, all the way down to the 5.5. And I'm using my measuring bar here. Then we're going to take our cardstock and turn it 90 degrees, line it up at the 5.5 mark, and we're going to cut from the top to that 2 1/8 inch mark, raise it up, come down the other side, and cut up to the 7, I think it's 7 1/8 mark. And that's going to cut these two pieces away like that. Now, what I have found is these pieces, you want to actually have them just a smidge lower than this 5.5 inch score line. So you can either, for the sake of videoing and making this so you can see it better, I wanted to do it this way. But what I've done is in the trimmer, instead of lining it up at the 5.5 over here, just scooch it a tiny bit and cut a little deeper. But what I want to show you is you can just come in with your scissors, your paper snips. Now, these are paper snips from Stampin' Up. They're very, very sharp. If you're a paper crafter, I highly recommend having a nice sharp pair of scissors in your arsenal. And these are only 10 bucks, I think, in the catalog. So they're affordable and extremely sharp. I actually have 3 pairs of them on hand so that I've always got a nice sharp pair hanging around. Okay, the next tip I want to give you before we start doing anything else is you always want to fold towards the debossed or embossed line. So the line that sticks up. So when you score your paper, it's going to have a line that has a trench or a emboss, and then it's going to have a deboss and then an emboss. So you always want to fold towards the side that's up, and your paper will fold nicer. The fibers are broken down better in that direction. So we're going to use that handy bone folder that I use all the time to burnish all of our score lines. I love using a bone folder for this. And then we have our fold. Very simple, okay? All right, so, and here I can see this is just a little bit high. So that's what you wanna do. You just wanna check and see, do I have any pieces that are a little bit too high? Because you really want this top flap to fold down nicely and not give you any trouble. So I just check and make sure that the top of this here is trimmed away just enough so that I can fold the top down. Okay, so moving on to the decorating portion of this card, we're going to use a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 very vanilla cardstock to put in the center, and we're gonna stamp some stuff first. So I'm using my Night of Navy ink, to stamp my sentiment. Here, kind of towards the top center. And then I'm going to use soft suede with the little dirt image, is what I think of it as, dirt. And we're gonna stamp all along the bottom here to just give this insert just a little bit of interest. I think for myself, I often forget about decorating the inside of a card, and really that it can be just as delightful as what you do on the outside of a card. I kept today's front of the card fairly simple because we are doing this little extra element inside, and so I thought it would be fun to just keep the front kind of simple. So these pieces here are cut at 2 inches wide by 5 3/8. And again, you don't have to worry about measurements because I will have them for you in the project sheets on my blog. I just haven't quite got them put all the way together yet to put out for you. I'm gonna shut my door really quick. It's a little chilly out today with the wind blowing. All right, so we have 2 of these pieces, and this is that gorgeous Hey Sports Fan Designer Series paper. And there will be links to all of these supplies listed in my project sheets, which you'll be able to get the link to that below the video, as always. And there we go, there's the inside, super simple. Now for the front, I decided to have a piece of very vanilla cut at 4 1/8 inch by 5 3/8 inch. And I'm just using my Stampin' Seal Plus to put this down. Stampin' Seal Plus is my favorite tape runner from Stampin' Up. I really, really like it. This one is Poppy Parade cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece is some more of that cute Hey Sports Fan that looks like a baseball, and it is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then I've just taken a piece of the Designer Series paper and cut this little image out. And we're actually going to be covering that image up. We're not even going to see that. We're just going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back here. Add this little tag, and then we're gonna do a little bit of stamping to finish off our card with our happy birthday sentiment. I just love how pretty the ink is on the paper. I'll never get over it. I can remember the very first time I stamped and put ink to paper. I was just absolutely blown away. I can remember saying to whoever it was when I stamped the first time, it looks like it's printed like from a printer, like professional finish. I was so impressed. So if you've been stamping for a long time, sometimes it's easy to forget the magic of stamping when you first start. And I was thinking about that earlier today and how beautiful stamping is and therapeutic. There, so there's our finished card, and I have one more sample of this style to show you. So this one I think you're really gonna love. This uses the artistically inked bundle. So this is beautiful, both of these are artistic dies, artistically inked stamp set, and here is the card. This is the front. And then when you open it, you have all this gorgeous stamping on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? Just such a lovely surprise card to receive in the mail, I think. So pretty. Okay, are you guys ready for another card? I have another card to show you that is another fold that I can say I came up with my measurements all by myself. It's not one that I saw anywhere else. It's kind of the same concept, or it is the same concept, but it uses totally different measurements, and you're gonna get that project sheet for free as well. Okay, so here we go. This one is going to use the Catch You Later stamp set, which I have to say I have not used yet, and I can't believe it. Do you believe that I haven't used this? It's so stinking cute, and I couldn't believe that I hadn't used it yet. So I put my stamp together and I made a card with it, and we're gonna make the same one. So this is the card we're gonna make. So it lifts up like this, and it just has these little baby gatefolds inside. But it kind of has this fun little peekaboo flap, so you can see something else is going on here. And I thought it would be really cute to add a whole nother element right here on the inside, then open up. But unfortunately, I ran out of time when I was creating, and I couldn't do that piece. But that's okay. Maybe if we have time to make one more card today, I can do it then. So you're gonna start, I've got all my little pieces here ready for you guys. You're gonna start with a piece of mint macaron cardstock. This is cut at 9 by 8.5. So it is shorter than the other. Then you're going to score on the 9-inch side, so on the longer side, you're gonna score at 5.5. You're going to turn your cardstock and you're going to score at 2 1/8. And you're gonna flip it and you're gonna score at 2 1/8. Again, don't worry about writing measurements down. I promise you, I'm gonna provide you a free project sheet for them, okay? Now, from the top, so this more narrow side, the score line above the 5.5, this is 5.5 inches down here. This is not. So the shorter side, you want to now put that in the top of your trimmer, and you're going to put it at that 2 1/8 inch mark, and you're going to cut to 5 inches. So we're cutting all the way down to 5 inches. Then we're flipping our cardstock over. We're going to line it up at 2 1/8 of an inch, and we're gonna cut again all the way down to 5 inches. Now we're gonna turn our cardstock so that the flappy pieces are going this way. You want them to line up with the 5-inch mark right here, okay? So we're gonna put it at the 5-inch mark, and we're gonna cut to 2 1/8. I went a little too far. And then we're gonna go on to the other side, the bottom, and we're gonna cut from the bottom up to 7 5/8. And that cuts away our pieces, okay? I gotta turn my heater down. I always get hot when I'm doing lives with you guys. Whew. I think it's because I'm standing and talking and I just start getting toasty. Okay, now again, where our score lines are, we want to score in, fold in on the score lines where they're beveled or they're bumped up. That's where we want to fold into. And then we're going to fold our top little flap down. Now the other thing I thought would be really cute for this card is when you open this one up on the inside, you could make a little pocket right here for a gift card. I thought it would be a cute gift card holder, so that's an option as well. All right, let's decorate this baby, shall we? I have all my little pieces here. And we're gonna start with our largest piece. This is our 4 by 5 1/4 that's gonna go on the inside. Whenever I use colored cardstock for my cards, I like to always line the inside with a piece of white or vanilla, depending on the other colors, so that you have a nice space to write. Now you could use copy paper here if you choose. I like to use basic white thick cardstock, which is a little bit higher price point, but I really like the fact that I can stamp on this on the inside if I choose to. And I like that it adds some density and thickness to my card base. Okay, so now we're gonna take this piece. This is Pale Papaya and it is cut. I gotta measure it because I don't remember. 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. So this is 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. And we're gonna fold this down and this will go on the top. Now there's a lot of layers on this card, which I think is what makes it so cute. So the more layers you add, sometimes the better your card will look. So this one is cut at 3 1/4 by 4. This is the Artfully Composed as Designer Series paper. And I thought this was perfect for this card, and because it pairs well with the monkeys. Kind of has that jungle vibe where you've got the little monkeys that are already, you know, hanging from a tree vine. So I felt like the vibe fit really well. And then these pieces down here, we've got, for our little flaps, I've got Evening Evergreen cardstock, and it is cut at 2 by, is it 3 7/8? Is that what I cut it at? Yeah, I think so. 2 by 3 7/8. And we're gonna put one on each side. Okay, if you're new to my channel and you're watching and I haven't responded to your comment, I want to share with you that I do that at the end of my videos. It's very difficult for me to chit chat with people and make you a good quality video at the same time. I get distracted and interrupted and I just can't do it. So if you're wondering why I haven't responded to comments, that's why. This piece is cut at 1 7/8 by 3 3/4. But at the end of the video, when we're just kind of having playtime and I'm showing you some of these new products and stuff, that's when I'll be able to interact with you a little bit more. I just can't, I'm not capable of doing it while we're creating. Okay, so there's our insides and there's our basic everything. Now I can see I am missing a piece of cardstock. I'm missing my Evening Evergreen piece. Okay, we'll start with this. I don't know where that ran off to. Okay, this is Pale Papaya. And it is cut at 3 by 3 3/8. And then the white piece is 1/8 smaller than that. And then I gotta get some Evening Evergreen. Somehow, is this it? Did I put it back in the bag? Nope, that's not it. I'll just get a new piece. Okay. So what I have to do here is measure my white so that I can then cut my Evening Evergreen because I don't have my project sheet in front of me. So this is 3/4 by 2 7/8. So we want this piece to be 2 5/8. Oops. By, I think I said, what did I say on the other side? 3/4. So this needs to be 3 1/8. All right. That still is not right. What am I doing wrong? Sweet banana pudding. 2 3/4. You guys, I keep doing this wrong. This is like, I can't even tell you. When I was making the tutorial, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Anyway, I digress. Okay, and then 3 1/8. I've got all of your tutorial written for this. I just have not added the photos. So there we go. Whew. So this was 2 3/4 by 3 1/8. This one is 3 by 2 5/8. Now we're gonna grab our Memento Tuxedo Black ink and ink up these little monkeys. Monkey see, monkey do. And stamp them down. Nice and even, Stevens. Okay, and then I've got a few Stampin' blends. So I've got Crumb Cake Light and Dark, Evening Evergreen Light and Dark, and Flirty Flamingo Light. Now, if you're wondering where I got these blend labels, I made them, I do sell them, but don't buy them right now. I am going through and updating all of them. So for the new colors that are going to be in the new catalog, the new in colors, everything current. So please don't hold off on buying my Stampin' Blends PDF for now, because I am going to do that. So here we go. We're going to use Dark Evening Evergreen for the base of our little leaves. And then we're going to use the Light Evening Evergreen to color the rest of our leaves and vine. And then I've got Crumb Cake Light, and I'm going to use Crumb Cake Light to just go over the entire monkey first. Both of them, actually. I'm using the bullet point. Sometimes I prefer the bullet end. The great thing about Stampin' Blends is there's 2 ends to the marker. So there's a brush tip and there is a bullet tip. And the bullet tip is great for small, skinny spaces, because if you use too much, if you're too heavy-handed with the brush tip, you'll go out of the lines. Now, if you're going for that look and you want to go out of the lines, then by all means, do whatever you want. But if you want to stay in the lines, like the type A girl you have in front of you, who always wants to color in the lines, for us ladies, then sometimes the bullet tip provides a little bit more control over where you're coloring. And even if you apply more pressure, again, for folks like me who are heavy-handed, if you kind of tend to push harder on your marker, it's not going to cause you to have a mess. Okay, so now I'm taking the dark Crumb Cake and I'm just going to go kind of over the areas where Stampin' Up! Created this stamp set, and they kind of already like added areas with these little dashes that you would want it to be darker. And then, of course, at the base of their legs that connect to the body, the tail. Can we talk about how this tail isn't the best position? I'm just going to say that. We'll just leave that out there for everybody who's already thinking it. Those are my people. Whoever is already thinking that, you're my people, because I thought it. Okay, so here we go. You're all my people, but I'm just saying your brain probably works a little more like mine if you had the thought that that tail had, you know, not the best placement in the whole world. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Flirty Flamingo Light, and I'm using the brush tip, and I'm gonna very lightly color the cheeks of these little monkey doo-doos. And then I'm gonna add this to my little panel here. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this up here, and hold it kind of in place where I want. Now, if you have a hard time holding it in place where you want it to be, grab yourself a piece of Post-it note tape. This can be found on Amazon. There's a link below the video that links to it. I am an affiliate of Amazon, and you can look it up there. So you could just tape this in place, okay? So that you don't have to try to hold it and do all the maneuvering at the same time. So then I'm just gonna take a pen and make a mark. The tape keeps it in place to some degree. And then I can just flip it right back down. Isn't that a cool trick? And then you just carefully remove the Post-it note tape, and your little guys are in place. Now that I have them in place, I can add the googly eyes. Because honestly, these monkeys deserve googly eyes, don't they? I think they do. Particularly a googly eye that's one is bigger than the other. I mean, come on. That's as cute as it can get. I couldn't find, I was missing one more that was the same size. So this one actually like bulges up a little bit higher. It's kind of funny. But I figured it just would add that much more character to the card. All right, now let's do our sentiment. So for our sentiment, this sentiment says, "Happy birthday from us," and it's all together on one stamp, but I don't want it to say "from us." I just want it to say "happy birthday." So what you do is you just take a piece of Post-it note tape or a Post-it note or whatever you have on hand, put it over the "from us." Well, and I'm gonna have to have a piece of white cardstock to stamp on, aren't I? Good gravy almighty. Okay. And then we're gonna take this, ink up that happy birthday sentiment, remove this, that's important, and stamp the happy birthday. Now that's a little low for me, so I'm actually gonna try it one more time and see if I can get it a little higher. It is a little bit of a challenge when you're using a stamp like this that has like more to the sentiment. It can be a little hard to figure out exactly where to place it. That's better. So I'm happy with that. So I'm actually gonna bring my trimmer in and we'll cut each end of our sentiment, and then grab Stampin' Dimensionals and add that, and then right here. Isn't this cute? So cute. I love it. So there are our cards. Where's our other two? I gotta get all this crap off my desk. Good Lord, it's a mess now. I make a big mess when I'm creating for you guys. Let me just tell you that. Okay. So there are all of my surprise gatefold cards, or hidden gatefold cards. What do you guys think? Make sure you comment below with which one is your favorite. Now, let me just do a tiny cleanup here, and we're gonna get into some new product. I'm gonna look at the time and see if I've got time to create another card with you or not. I can't make any promises. I do have to pick my child up from school, so you know, it would be bad if I was late because I said, well, I just kept crafting. Wouldn't be the first time I was late to something because I just kept crafting. Okay, let me just clean up just a little bit. I just don't have enough room to get all the stuff out if I don't clean up a little. I wish I did, but I don't. Okay, really quick, while you guys are looking at these and I'm cleaning up a tad, don't forget about my April free gift. I'm gonna leave this on the screen here for a minute. When you place a $40 order, you're gonna get these rhinestones for free, and they are sold out from Stampin' Up. I have hoarded a bunch of them. Do you guys wanna see how many I have? I'm a little embarrassed to show you. This isn't even all of them. So when I tell you I have plenty, I have plenty. So if you place a $40 order with me, you will get a pack of those. All right, I think I'm almost cleaned up all the way here where I can get more stuff out. Now, I have a couple more things to talk about real quick. Let me get this stuff out of the way. All right. I want to show some random acts of kindness. I received this card in the mail from my team member, Jerry. Excuse me, Lacey. I do have a team member, Jerry, but this is from Lacey. And then this gorgeous card from Jean Maxwell. Isn't that beautiful? And it hooks under there like that. And then this one is from my awesome team member Sandra. This is gorgeous, and she also sent me this. Now this is a little adhesive holder. It kind of holds all your essentials with Stampin' Up. She made this with a friend of hers. So if you're interested in this, you can email her, and I'll make sure to add her email below the video. I think she might even be on here. I may have snuck a peek that her name scrolled by. I could be wrong. Sandra Hernandez, inkstampluv@gmail.com, but I will add it below the video. So this is a cool little holder. I'm excited to use this. I haven't used it yet. All right, let me grab some of my new products because I know you guys are dying to see my new products. Of course. And I'm keeping you in suspense. So thank you to everybody who sent these beautiful random acts of kindness cards. So amazingly sweet of you. All right. Getting things situated. All right, so let's start with colors and paper. The other link I'm going to be adding below this video pretty soon is going to be a link to sign up and reserve your spot for my paper party retreat for the summer. So this summer, I'm going to do a paper party retreat. It'll be in June, and it's going to include a beautiful bag that I've already ordered, a beautiful enamel pin that I designed to go with it, and all of the designer series papers that I can get my hands on. If there could always be back order situations, but it'll include those and card kits and so much fun. You guys will love it. Anyways, I'm limiting the number of signups, and last year it sold out and I extended it for 10 more, but there were so many people that did not going that wanted to be part of the paper party that couldn't be. So as soon as you see that in my email, because it'll go to my email list first, sign up immediately. The cost of the paper party retreat will be $109. That includes the shipping, and there'll be several add-on optional classes that you can do too. All the details and information will be provided in the email, so make sure you sign up for my emails. All right. I only do them 3 times a year when a catalog releases, so you don't want to miss out. I'm going to pull up your guys' YouTube comments so that I can chat with you. All righty. So, oh, Sandra is on here. Yay. Yes, there is prices that are going to be going up beginning in May with the new catalog, which is to be expected. That just happens. And especially right now with the way things are. Yes, I did hoard a lot of the embellishments. So let's get into some of the new product. Here are the new Stampin' Up! In colors. They are stunning. So there's Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky, and they're beautiful. So I love them. I've already stamped them one time, and I used the new Framed Occasions stamp set to do that. And I love this stamp set. I think it's great. And it coordinates, as you can see, with the dies from the Hello Beautiful bundle. So that's, I love it when we get stamp sets that coordinate with something we already have. Here are what your paper party retreat packets look like, except they're gonna have labels on them. And then they have all your card kit pieces tucked in front. But this paper is just so good. Now this paper was cut down to 6x6 from 12x12. It just makes it easier for me to manage on a video. And this is the size you get when you do my paper party retreats. So that one is Happiness something. Don't quote me on any of the names of anything. It's gonna take me a while to learn them. This is Sun something. Sunshine, sunlight, sun something. Rays of sunshine, I don't know. And then this is like, I think it's Hats Off. Isn't that pretty? Great masculine cardstock, or pattern paper, I should say. So these are just a few of the new designer series paper. There's several new designer series papers. These are just a few of them. And then the teapot stuff, which is so cute. So, so cute. Okay. New in color Stampin' Write markers. I've got some of the new embellishments that are going to come out. I got the new Stampin' Blend markers that comes in all the in colors, which that makes me really happy. All the new ribbon in the new in colors. We're in color crazy over here. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's show you. I gotta grab some of the new. I've already put my new dies in their pouches, but I don't have their labels yet. Now, these pouches and magnets are from Stampin' Storage. There is a link below this video to all of my Stampin' Storage stuff where I get all of my storage. I think. Is there? Oh gosh, there's not. I'll fix that. So there is a link, there is a place I shop, it's called Stampin' Storage, to get these. It's got a magnetic insert. Now you're supposed to store these this way, just so you know. You're supposed to store them like this, so that all of your die pieces are covered by the plastic. This is where Wendy's OCD comes in. I don't like it this way because in my brain, this lower area here should be facing the front and this tab should be facing the back. This is just simply somebody who has brain things. And so technically you're supposed to store them opposite of the way I do it. I do it this way because it delights my soul. You do what you do, okay? And I always keep my inserts from Stampin' Up! Tucked in the back. So that's how I store them. So let's get into this. We've got the Brood for You. Let me find the dies that go with it. Here they are. So there's this is brand new, which I love. And the Sending Smiles is probably my favorite, and I'll show you why. It cuts out the word once plus a bubble, so it goes around it, so it outlines it, and it cuts out all of these flowers. This just makes my heart pitter patter to the nth degree. I can't even tell you. So I love that. Oh, I'm so glad there's so many of you that are OCD like me. Let's see. I agree with you, Wendy. OCD works that way too. Let me see. Good. So many of you agree with me. Okay. The Sweet Songbirds comes with a punch. This is just over the top cute. Googly eyes are gonna be the most beautiful, adorable thing ever. All that, which comes with this. Now, because I'm a demonstrator, you do different things with Stampin' Up, they let you earn free product. So I was able to earn about $260 in free product, and I got to use that towards this order. And so this was not a set I had on my agenda to get until later down the road, but I went ahead and got it since I had those extra freebies. The cup of tea, which is so cute, goes with this. Love it, love it. And then we've got Wild and Sweet, which doesn't have, again, this is not one that I had on my list to get, but I'll tell you what it reminds me of. Remember in school when you had to take like a Sharpie marker and do the dot? It's called stippling, I think. And you had to do the dot art to make like a full image. That's what this reminded me of. And I thought it was really cool. And then I saw in the catalog, there's a sample where they colored this panda bear in, and it's gorgeous. So I thought, you know, if nothing else, I know for sure I'll at least use it one time for the koala, because my friend Tracy, who lives in Australia, and I have a friend Danielle who lives in Australia, and my friend Kylie who lives in Australia. So I thought at least I'll use this image. And this guy here, Rocky Raccoon, makes me think of where I live, because I live out in the country and we do have a lot of raccoons. So it'll get used. And then this is gorgeous, fresh cut flowers. It doesn't have any dyes, but I thought it would pair really beautifully with, let me show you. I thought it would pair beautifully with the Sending Smile bundle as well. So I can definitely see where I'm going to be using both of those. This set here, Happiness Abounds. Oh, here it is. Comes with this, and I love these border dies because they cut the edge of the paper. Now, if you're watching and you're like, I want to get all this stuff, I don't want to wait till May 3rd. You can. This trick is you have to purchase the starter kit. You can put these items in your starter kit. So if you're like, what's the starter kit? I don't know about this. So basically, Stampin' Up! Is a direct sales company. So you are able to purchase a starter kit, and then essentially you're in the Stampin' Up! Bubble and you're able to purchase early. You're able to get a 20% discount. And I have, most of the people on my team are discount shoppers. They're not in it to build a business. They just want to get the product early and they want to get it at a discount. If that is you, if that fits your criteria, then there is a link below the video that says purchase the starter kit. If you need a document that has all these item numbers on it for you and information and the in colors and all that, just message me or email me and I will get it to you, okay? So the next one I have is the Nature's Prints. I got this one for half off because I spent enough that I got one half off item, and I went ahead and got this one for half off. And then I got this one for free for attending On Tour. This is a new one that's in the new catalog. And then there's a few die sets that are not paired with anything necessarily, but that are so cute. Like this one, the Dots and Spots. Ugh, get out of there. Isn't that cute? So it'll just cut a bunch of dots on your cardstock. I can't wait to use that one. I think it's going to be really fun. This made me almost cry. I'm not even going to joke. Because, you know, we used to have the stitched shapes. I'm going to show them to you because I still have them. So we used to have these, and I put an R here so that I would know if I did use them to tell people that they are retired. You can't get these anymore. But now they've released these, and I just was over the moon. So I'm very excited about these. And this one is Fabulous Frames, I think. Wendy, the designer was just wrong. Oh yeah, I love it. Isn't the wild and sweet cute? I love your guys's comments. Dang, Rocky Raccoon really liked my new bird feeder last night. Yep, we have problems with raccoons for sure. How are the acrylic blocks? I have arthritis and holding these can be hard. Are they worth the price? I personally love Stampin' Up's acrylic blocks because they have the beveled edge. So you're able to kind of grip easily. However, my best recommendation for somebody with arthritis is the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus allows you to put your ink or your stamp on here and just shut this. So no matter how bad your hands are, you probably will still be able to handle this if it's hard for you to grip something like this. So that's my recommendation, is to get the Stamparatus. It's a little pricey. It is $49, but it comes with 2 of these plates. It comes with 2 magnets and this stamping pad. And I use it very regularly in my craft room. So I highly recommend it. And I know for sure, I have friends and family members with arthritis, and I know for sure that this works better for them. And having a couple clear blocks on hand would be good too. Oh, you guys are so sweet with my thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? I want to just bring back in, don't forget, you can get a pack of the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels free when you place your $40 order using this host code by April 27th. And these are the cards we made. And I promise you, I will have the project sheets up for you as soon as humanly possible, probably in the next couple hours. So below the video is where you'll find the links for all of that. All right. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and my time with you, I always enjoy. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, Marilyn wants to know, what's the name of these? These are called Stylish Shapes. Stylish Shapes. I will definitely list the adhesive carrier also. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I have to hop off here so I can finish up your blog post and your project sheets, and I have to go get my daughter from school. So I got lots to do, and I'll be back with you Saturday with a pre-recorded video, and we're going to do some fun heat embossing stuff. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.